Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the Miserable Liberal and Ron Placone.
I'm kind of miserable.
Ron Placone on tour with Graham Elwood, the Progressive Comedy Tour. Where are you guys going to be in June?
Yeah, so June 20th, we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee at Zany's Comedy Club. June 21st, Stand Up Live in Huntsville, Alabama. June 22nd, the Block Off Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina. June 23rd, we'll be at Four Pegs Beer Lounge in Louisville, Kentucky. And June 24th, we're closing out at the Punchline in Atlanta, Georgia. That's our southeast leg. So ronplacone.com for tickets to all those shows.
All right. Go check it out. It's a fun show. So, you know, Google is a huge corporation now. It owns YouTube. That's how big Google is. And they had their motto, do no evil, or don't, right? That was their motto, something like that. Don't do evil, right, Arno? Yes. And so they got into the drone business. Which sounds
Wait a minute.
Sounds a little evil. They're into the drone business. Well, this is from Engadget. Google employees reportedly quit over military drone artificial intelligence product. 4,000 employees have petitioned to end Project Maven involvement. So that Google's involved. So Project Maven seeks to help the military analyze drone footage faster through machine learning, as the artificial intelligence detects people and objects from human review. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say Project Maven sounds way too much like Project Mayhem. Like I'm already creeped out.
Yeah. Those who resigned from Google cited ethical concerns over the use of artificial intelligence in drone operations and the company's broader involvement in political and military spheres. Google recently sponsored the Conservative Political Action Conference. That's CPAC.
Mm-hmm.
Google recently sponsored CPAC.
Wow.
Some of the employees who have resigned and the petitioners claim Maven runs contrary to Google's ethos. The mantra, don't be evil, has long been at the heart of Google's principles. The company has insisted that the AI is not being used for combat operations, but its involvement has still upset many within its ranks. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence and ethics academics who are supporting the petition also want Google to back a treaty banning autonomous weapon systems and suggested that Google's obligations extend beyond America's interests as they are tied to a global user base. So they're saying, hey, Google, you can't be rah-rah USA military because you have a global customer base. You represent everybody uses. That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
More than 90 academics in artificial intelligence, ethics, and computer science released an open letter today that calls on Google to end its work on Project Maven and to support an international treaty prohibiting autonomous weapon system. That's from Gizmodo.
And Google said, no, you nerds, we're doing it.
So this is from Gizmodo. If ethical action on the part of tech companies requires consideration of who might benefit from a technology and who might be harmed, then we can say with certainty that no topic deserves more sober reflection. No technology has higher stakes than algorithms meant to target and kill at a distance without public accountability. That's from that letter. From the 90 academics. That's pretty powerful stuff. No technology has higher stakes than algorithms meant to target and kill at a distance without public accountability. Google has moved into military work without subjecting itself to public debate or deliberation, either domestically or internationally. Again, this is from Gizmodo. While Google regularly decides the future of technology without democratic public engagement, its entry into military technologies casts the problems of private control of information infrastructure into high relief. So there you go. Google getting into the drone business, getting into hooking up with the government and the military. And so let's remember what fascism is. Fascism is when the business and government coalesce to to further the interests of business and government, not the interests of the people, right? So, like, for instance, pharmaceutical companies bribed our legislators, and they passed a law making it illegal for us to buy drugs from Canada. That doesn't help the American citizens. Who does that help? That helps the pharmaceutical companies' profits at the expense of the United States citizens' health. That's called fascism. That's what fascism is. So we're living in it right now. And now people are trying to put their foot down about Google getting more involved in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nefarious because I'm thinking right now, all right, now I might be overreaching here, but if I do, let's say I do a Google search engine,
Yeah.
right? And maybe I'm up to no good, or I want to create trouble or havoc or a rebellion within the United States. Could they then send a drone?
Could Google send a drone? The government could do whatever they want. Google doesn't send drones. The government does. They're just assisting them in their AI, their artificial intelligence, to help them target people better.
Fantastic.
Which is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, and that is, I mean, again, this letter is insanely scathing. I mean,
Yes.
they're basically saying you crossed a line, you had no business crossing it, you didn't consult anybody, you're overreaching. We had one rule, it was don't be evil, and you broke it. One rule,
One
guys.
rule. One rule. Don't
We're
be.
not that evil. They're just drones. Kids love flying drones. Come on, Ron.
So there you go. Everybody's getting it. So now the Pentagon and the CIA have Jeff Bezos and Amazon and the Washington Post in their back pocket. And now Google's getting in bed. By the way, this isn't new, right? To think that Google hasn't been
Compromise politically.
already with the government. And, I was reading Listen Liberal, and they talked about wherever Hillary Clinton went and gave a speech around the world, there was the CEO of Google. That's in Listen Liberal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the show, you should read that book, because then you'll know why I feel like I feel and say the things I say. And all the people who criticize me about my stance, my anti-corruption stance, my criticism of the Democratic Party, people who criticize me for criticizing the Democratic Party have not read that book.
Yeah, it looks like they got rid of the "don't be evil" phrase in all of their code of conduct in Google's company.
No kidding. So that's no longer part of Google. They got rid of that code of conduct.
Yes.
Don't be evil. That's so funny.
And
so
they
now
did
they
that
can
quietly in the, while this is
How did you find that out?
It's today. I just Googled it.
You just Googled it?
I Googled it.
Fantastic. So wow.
Well, when you can't follow the rules, delete
rid of
the rule.
Yeah. Change the rules, right? Just like the Democrat did DNC. If you can't win with the rules, break the rules. Commit fraud on your own people. So there you go. Thought we'd bring you that story. Google. Now they can be evil, I guess, sometimes. Our next live Jimmy Dore show is July 1st in Portland, Oregon, and July 15th in Chicago, Illinois. We're doing a live show July 15th in Chicago, Illinois. Go to a link right there for all the tickets to all the live Jimmy Dore shows. Plus, if you can help become a premium member, we give you hours of bonus material every week. Become a patron or a premium member. And if you're on Steam It, we're steaming it right now. Plus, every Saturday, we do a live Super Solid Chat Saturday where it's a live stream and you can ask us questions and we'll answer them back. Every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for your support.